This is the moment an Uber crashed into the side of a steakhouse as people ate inside. Merseyside Police and the fire service were called to Hanover Street shortly after 7 p.m. on Wednesday, October 18th, following reports of a crash. Once emergency services arrived at the scene, they found 2 vehicles were involved, with an Uber private hire taxi crashing into the side of Churrasco Steakhouse. A total of 6 people, including, the Echo believes, 2 children, were assessed at the scene by the North West Ambulance Service, with 2 being taken to hospital for minor injuries. All of the passengers and drivers were given the all clear. The Echo has now received dashcam footage of the incident, which happened near the junction of Paradise Street. The footage shows 2 vehicles approaching Liverpool bus station from Hanover Street. One of the cars quickly changed direction, crashing into the Uber, which swerved in the road before smashing into the side of Churrasco Steakhouse. The Uber only just missed one of the 2 floor-to-ceiling glass windows on the side of the restaurant. The manager of Churrasco Steakhouse said none of the customers or staff inside were hurt in the incident, and they were able to remain open as normal. She said, quote, "I heard what I presume was the car mounting the curb, and then I heard it crashing into the side of the building. The sound of it hitting the concrete, a couple of the tables said they thought it was a gunshot. Our main priority was mostly to get outside, and there was the kids too. We were like, oh my god, is anybody in there? We looked back at the restaurant's CCTV, and there was a gentleman walking down the street seconds before that crash. The manager said there were 2 kids in the back of the car, who she said were later taken to hospital. She added, quote, "There were passengers in the car, including 2 children, but they were all talking and walking. Everyone is in hospital now. It was very close to that window, which could have been a different story. A structural engineer has been out and we're structurally sound and safe to open." A spokesperson from Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service said, quote, "This was a 2-vehicle road traffic collision. Both vehicles on all 4 wheels, all occupants were out of their vehicles prior to fire service arrival. Merseyside Police and North West Ambulance Service are on the scene, and a structural engineer has been requested to assess damage to a nearby building caused by a vehicle involved." Following a multi-agency meeting, there was no immediate concern to the stability of the building, and our attendance was scaled down to 1 fire engine to await the arrival of the structural engineer. Fire service personnel liaised with the structural engineer on site following assessment of the building, and has reported that there are no concerns on the structural integrity of the building.